What's your communication level look like on a consistent basis with your subcontractors and your other portions of your team?
Portions on my team, like, so the head one in the Philippines is daily,
Yeah.
every night. I'm usually texting her on WhatsApp and she's just kind of giving me overviews and maybe asking me questions. The main one here in the States, every day, text and everything. She's great. Other than that, it's about once a week touch. But the subcontractors, I'm essentially out of it now, which before it was too much. If you pick up the phone and they text you, they're going to keep doing it. So
Sure.
I have somebody who does it. That's their job, to make sure that like they're 100% on them. Cause I want the experience. I almost look at subcontractors like almost like their clients. I want their experience to be great with me too.
That's awesome.
So they say, wow, this guy pays fast. He takes care of problems. He's got my back. If I say, hey, I can't do this because of these people's fences locked in, he goes to bat for me. He helps me. So yeah, I want to make the experience good for them too. And I did that for a long time, but it's too many of them.
So what does your daily task look like now for Gutter Kings?
I don't really even start on Gutter King till about 11 in the morning. I do some other stuff in the morning. I do about 2 hours. I do this tomato timer, Pomodoro. I do 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. 5 minutes, I can look at texts and everything. I do 4 of them in a row. That's
what do you call it?
It's Pomodoro tomato timer. It's 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. You can't do anything but the one task for the 25 minutes. No looking at texts, emails, anything. I do 4 of those. That's 2 hours. I'm basically done at that point. Then I go back at later in the day. Then I'll start working on fun projects like ideas of growth, sales. I'm all about the vision and growing it bigger. I don't want to do daily stuff. And then at nighttime, I talk to some virtual assistants and stuff like that. And I have one that does pricing and he'll ask me questions, but it's enjoyable to me. But I really don't like even the emails. We get hundreds of emails a day, but I used to read every single email and reply to them at one point. That's exhausting. Now they put Kev reply in and it's a blue label on the ones that I have to. And I'd say there's 4 or 5 a day now.
You got a VA that's checking your emails?
I have 2 people who answer emails all day. One of them's the customer service. So she's really good at it. And then Grace works the night shift because it's the day over in the Philippines. She then checks all the emails and processes everything about the emails during the night. So I really am totally out of it.
Are you actually selling or you're just brainstorming on new kind of like visionary?
Brainstorming and visionary. So even the selling, I figure out ways to do everything kind of virtually. So the selling, like with condominium associations, I used to talk to boards on the phone. I used to go into meetings. I figured out, how do I give them a packet that when they're looking at, because boards for condo associations meet 1 time a month for about an hour. And they have like 4 things on the agenda. I know gutter cleaning is not important to them. They want to make an answer. So I make a package to them. It's got the price. It's got info about us with pictures and everything. It's got a why choose the Gutter Kings. And then it has what they can expect if they choose us. And then I have 100 references of associations. So if I'm another gutter cleaning guy who puts in a 2-page proposal, you're dead in the water.
Right.
That's how I make it. So I want to make it so I answer all their questions. And I figured that out because I used to go into those meetings and they ask the same 6 questions all the time. I put it in the packet.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen.
People love it. People always say your proposals are like, they're really good. Like I get my proposals approved.
I love that, man. So I'm in a networking group called BNI, and one of the leaders over that made the comment one time, when you are asking people for work or certain individuals to help give you new work, you need to be telling us what to look for. And how you tell us what to look for is by listening to the customers and what their lingo is, what they say. And if you can capture what they're asking, then you're able to give those answers to your referral partners in this networking group. And I love the fact you just paid attention. It's just being observant.
This next thing might be really valuable for people. And I've been kind of doing it instinctively my whole life. People say, oh, he was a salesman when he was 14. I kind of was, but one thing I do is people make a mistake. They make it about themselves oh, we've been in business since 1908 and all this. Nobody cares. People care about themselves.
Yep.
And what pain point are you solving for them? I only think in the lens of them. So I make my proposals, my emails, my templates. I have like 50 different templates that I wrote up, and everything is through the eyes of that person. How do I solve their problems? And then what questions are they going to reply with? Can I answer them before they even ask? I mean, that's been super powerful, because otherwise you go back and forth. I want everything in there. So even if we have to change the schedule, I have a whole templates ready to go for it. So I don't have to go back and forth with them. We tell them why we can't do it. Here's the weather. This is when we can do it. Here's the thing. I don't really ask them. I just kind of tell them. They don't want to go back and forth with the gutter cleaner. They just want to know the solution. So I'm all about, what do they want to hear? And then give it to them, and give them about another 20% of value. Give them a little extra.
I think that's so smart. I mean, because we all have busy lives. And when you walk into these businesses, these upper management, the ones that are making these decisions, they want to know precisely, can they trust you? Are you going to do a good job? And can they afford it? And you answer those questions, you're probably going to get the job. But if they have to sit there and pull that information out of you, and you're, like you said, running around saying, we've been in business this long, it's almost like you're having to build yourself up too much.
Yeah.
And
they'll figure it out.
Trust.
Right. I just feel like with the presentation, the proposal, and everything, that people just want, it's just that their perception. If they feel like the Gutter Kings, he's in 30, I mean, he gave us 100 references, not 100 references where it's your ex-girlfriend and your mom. Like, these are real associations. They know what these managers, it's super powerful. That's what they want. They want to know that manager that this job's going to get done. So I take all the questions they would have, and I even say, the residents don't need to do anything. We're going to treat their property like it's our own. We have these systems. All right. If they want to read all that, I mean, they're going to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm competing against guys who aren't doing that. They're just not. Because that guy is getting off a truck and he's tired and he put his kids to bed and he's having a beer and he's like, oh my God, I got to get this proposal done. He's just trying to knock it out.
Another thing I love about successful business people is they're willing to pivot. And, Kevin, he's over in the Eastern time zone. I'm in Central time zone. We got a little mixed up, and he calls me like, hey, we're supposed to be on. And I was like, no, it's another hour. And he said, okay, let me flip some things around. I'll make it. And that is what I love. And when you find somebody with that willpower to figure it out and make it, you better hang on to them, and you better keep them in your circle, because there's somebody that's going to keep running far, and they'll help motivate you and push you. So there's probably some folks that are sitting here thinking, man, I really would like to know more. And you briefly mentioned it on the Blue Collar Millionaire Mastermind, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is that?
It's an idea I had for a while, and it's not necessarily just for blue collar guy, but it's really service businesses and everything. And I just think that group of people, because I have so many subcontractors, and I started helping them. I started doing Zooms for fun during COVID, and I started helping these guys build their businesses, because on the side, they might have a roofing business or a pressure washing, and one guy had a concrete. And I got incredible feedback. People are like, man, that idea works. Like, I already knew it worked because I did it
right
for 20 years and they didn't know about it. But I would get really into it, and I'd say, like, no, let me break this down for you. Call me. I'm going to give you 20 minutes of gold here. And I'd give it to them. And these guys were motivated, so they would go out and make money. So I started thinking, like, I would love to have a group where, if I was them 20 years ago, I would love to be able to have access and talk to somebody like me who has thousands of associations. He can tell you how to do a proposal. He can tell you how to talk to them, how to get in contact with them. The issues with growth, with capital, we were saying we were on fumes. I figured out all those things. How to make employees want to stay. I have my best infield employee since 2004. He's with me. He's awesome. I know the reasons now why he stayed, Yeah. You like all these little like ninja tricks that I beat myself up about and took a lot of time and lost money on it. I figured out, I'm still got so many more to go.
Sure.
But I want to help guys do that. I don't care the age. everybody can use these things. They're actually actionable things. So I want to have this group, the Blue Collar Millionaire, and make these service business, these blue collar guys, millionaires, and give them back the freedom of their time so they can spend it with their family, and they can build businesses that give them the lifestyle they want, and not just give them a job that they're up all night and they're stressed out all the time. Because it's really not that complicated.
So how does people reach out and get a hold of you?
Right now, they can go on my Facebook. It's Kevin Marron, Marron. I think there's only 3 of us on Facebook. You'll see me, bald guy like this. They could just DM me and I'll take them from there. We have a Blue Collar Millionaire Facebook page, but if they DM me or message me anything, I'll send them a link like that. They can get going on it, and I'm going to be giving. Chris, of course, is involved in that with me. We're going to be doing videos, giving out content, giving out tips, and all kinds of nuggets and different ways to get customers and finagle yourself and win in different situations. We're going to be giving that all the time, daily. So guys can go over there, and I'll give you that. We'll get that link up there so people can go on there. But it's for any business. I think business is universal. It doesn't matter if you do gutters or you do insurance. I did both. It was the same thing.